Hello everyone, I am Ramon. Welcome back to Ramon at Home, and I'm so excited you're here today. This is day 2 of our quarantine decorating, and I could not be more excited to show you another floral arrangement. On yesterday's video, I showed you a really pretty monochromatic bouquet on a blue and white container, and today I'm gonna show you something fresh and very on trend with some lemons. I figured that if we have time right now in quarantine, might as well learn something. So I'm gonna come up with new ideas every day to show you floral arrangements this week. Next week will be wreaths. Next week will be centerpieces, tablescapes, and we're going to be doing daily videos. I cannot believe I'm getting myself into this, but let's get started. So for this particular bouquet, what we're going to need, it's a clear container like this. I'm gonna use some pieces of foam, and I'm gonna put a square one down, and then I'm gonna do this round one to kind of lift it up, and I want it to be just right above of the rim of my container. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna get some of this Spanish moss, and this is something that I've always had on my stash. I like to keep Spanish moss because I really feel like it makes your bouquets look more organic. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cover the container like this. And thumbs up if you guys are as excited as I am for this daily content. Like I mentioned before, I was so tired watching the news and I was getting so depressed that I was like, what can I do to show people a new skill? Because if we have time to learn something new, why not right now that we have all the time in the world, right? All right, so now that I've covered my container and I have my foam sticking out like this, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna grab my tape, and I'm gonna go ahead and tape this guy down very tightly. Now this tape, it's a florist tape that you can find at any floral shops or craft stores, or even big box stores. But it is waterproof. But what you need to do is you want to make sure that it's very tight before you cut, because once you cut it, it really hangs onto your container. And like I said, this is waterproof, so it really can be used for fresh flowers as well. So, all right, so the next step after we have our container basically prepped is going to go ahead and green it. And for that, I'm gonna go ahead and use a variety of these greeneries. And I'm gonna start, because I want a longer shape, I'm gonna start by adding the 2 corners. And if you guys know, if you've been following the channel, what goes on the right needs to come to the left. Just make sure that you give it a little bend like this. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put some on the top, so what goes to the left comes to the right, like that. And as you guys can notice, I kind of did a cross. And then it's very important also that you don't put your foliage just flat like that. Give them a curvature, a slight curvature, because it really does give it a lot of character. All right, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use some of these eucalyptus to kind of fill in. So I'm gonna go on my left, and then I'm gonna go on my right, like this. Then I'm gonna put one on the crown. This is what we call the crown, the very top, without losing that longer shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and put one up here. So basically what we're going to do is cover up all of our container, or as much as we can, without losing that shape in our bouquet. All right, so far this is what it looks like. And as you guys can see, it has that longer shape. This could also be used for a centerpiece. Then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these Dusty Millers, and I'm gonna go ahead and put him on the crown like that. And then I'm gonna bring 2 to the side. So I'm gonna do one right here. And this Dusty Miller I really like because it really fills in the container. As you guys can see, it's so simple without losing our shape. So most of our greens are right here on the top. All right, so far we've greened our container and we kept our longer shape. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it to the side so I can show you a trick. I have these picks that I make with the lemons, and I'm gonna use 3 of them. So what I do is I basically cut the flowers. When I cut them, I keep the stem, and then I just give them a little bend like this. I split them and I give them a little bend like this, and it looks like one of those things that you scratch your head with. So now what I do is I go ahead and put just a little bit of glue and I smear it on the stems. And I'm always telling you to save this when we cut flowers, because just like this, you can create a pick. So instead of gluing this lemon into the bouquet, you have a pick that you can insert. So I have pre-made some of them right here. So now that it's made, I'm gonna put it to the side to set. And once they're set, they're good to go. So I'm gonna bring my container back in. So I'm gonna start adding some of the flowers, and just how we did with the greenery and you extended the shape, determined that shape of the bouquet, I'm gonna do the same with my accent flowers. So I have this really pretty floral pick that I use on the lemon wreath. If you guys have not seen the lemon wreath, I'm gonna link it up right now so you can go check it out after this. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and continue determining that shape. So I'm gonna go to the left, and then I'm gonna go, to the right. Why do I keep on saying left when it's right? You know, I do that when I drive too. Drives Jamison crazy. Right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do it to the left. And then I'm going to do a really tall one, swerving this way, but just one side, like that. And then I'm gonna bring some little ones. I'm gonna kind of fill in. So I did one to my right down, so I'm gonna bring one down this way. And I have a few more, but I think I'm gonna add one right here. So you basically want one side to go up and one side to go down. So I'm gonna stop right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring some of this hydrangea that I have. Has this beautiful foliage right here. I'm gonna add this guy right here. And I'm gonna make sure that I go as far down as I can. And then I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swirl around, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the same on the opposite side. Like this. And just go as far down as you can, like that. So we have the two hydrangeas right here. And I'm gonna use some of this really pretty Alstroemeria in yellow. And I'm gonna start filling in with this guy right here. So I'm gonna do one right here. And I'm gonna repeat going down. Make sure you get those tags off. Right here, just give it a bend down. Then what I do is I swirl it around and I repeat on this other side. Remember, what happens on the left it needs to happen on the right, and what goes up must come down. If you remember those golden rules of floral design, you'll always have a really balanced bouquet. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add one right here on the crown. I'm gonna swirl it around, and I have a few more, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a third one right here, creating that triangle. And while I'm here with this triangle, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and insert one of my lemons right there. I'm gonna go ahead and add one right here. And because I insert one on the right, I'm gonna go on the left and put another one right here. So I did one lemon right here, and I'm gonna show you. You guys know that I like to work in sets of 2s, 3s, 5s, so basically uneven numbers. So I'm gonna do one right here, and I'm gonna do two right here, sitting like this. And look how cute this is. This could be perfect for a centerpiece, for your coffee table, for an entryway table. It is super easy to make, very basic, just a few flowers. Make sure that it's deconstructed, and I cannot wait to show you guys another bouquet tomorrow. So leave me your comments down below and let me know what do you think. If you have not seen yesterday's bouquet, I'm gonna link it up, or you can watch more videos right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.